let's begin. Please take some time now to settle the body. So make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position with the eyes and mouth gently closed. And for a few moments, I'm going to explain the theme of this class. So this class will focus on balancing the Nadis. Now, for those who are new to this concept, in yoga, we call energy prana. It's life force. And the Nadis are responsible for channeling that energy around the body. So they are the channels within the body that help to move the energy around to wherever we need it. And sometimes they can become either unbalanced or blocked, and there's thousands of nadis in the body, and I won't spend this class going through all of them. But what we'll do in this class, we'll just focus on postures, pranayama, and even the yoga nidra, focusing on balancing and clearing the nadis. When there is an imbalance, it can affect not only our energy levels, but also our health, our physical health, and even our mental health as well. So focusing on this is a really good thing to do every now and again, just to make sure that we're all aligned inside and out. So now that you're in a comfortable position, check in that you are balanced, that your spine is straight, that your head and neck are aligned with the spine, that you've released any expression on the face. The shoulders are back and down, but relaxed. The hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. And now take a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, release all of the events of the day. And now take another long, deep inhalation. And this time as you exhale, release all of the interactions you've had today, all of the conversations, and in whatever form they may have taken, just let them all go. And once more, another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of anything you need to do outside the class. And just allow yourself to be right here, right now, in this present moment. There's nothing else you need to do right at this moment. And returning now to the natural breath and observing the natural breath at the nostrils as it fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. We'll now gently move the awareness through the body. And as we do, please pay careful attention to any soreness, pain, or irritation that you may feel in the body, just so when we are doing these practices of balancing and clearing the nadis, that if something isn't right for you, you can visualize the practice, which is just as effective, or you could do something else. So moving the awareness now to the soles of the feet, checking in and really feeling into the soles of the feet. And then gently moving the awareness up into the feet and the ankles, rising up through the shins and the calves, placing the awareness now in the knees, now up through the thighs and the buttocks. Now moving the awareness into the hands, feeling the hands on the knees, up into the wrists, up through the forearms to the elbows, and then the upper arms and into the shoulders. Now move the attention to the torso, beginning with the front of the body, up through the abdomen and the chest, and then back around to the base of the back and up through the spine, right up to the neck, the back of the head, the crown of the head, and now around to the face. And then gently rest the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times, Om Shanti. And I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our traditions and practices and to each other. So breathing in now for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinat Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And now to begin our Nadi focused class, come into the base position, Parambik Sthiti with the legs out in front of the body and the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, spine straight, head and neck are aligned, and just closing the eyes and mouth gently to feel into the position. And now when we are focusing on the nadis, generally the asanas are forward bends and twists. So in this class, we're going to do a series of forward bends and twists so that we'll do quite a few different variations so that they can all work together and help to balance the nadis. So for the first twist that we'll do, with the right leg, place it on the outside of the left knee, checking your posture, of course. Now, for this, what you can either do is keep the left leg straight, or you can bring the left leg around behind the buttocks. And then what you will do is with the left arm, put the right knee into the crook of the left elbow, and then with the right arm, bring it around the back and put it on the floor behind the buttocks. So it gives you a bit of leverage, and then you will look over that right shoulder and gaze over the right shoulder, and you'll find, and make sure you breathe in the position. What you'll find is that when you exhale, you'll be able to move a little bit more into it. And then uncurl the back around, coming back to the front. And bringing the legs out again in front of the body. Be very gentle with the knees. Protect the knees. And then now we'll do the same with the left leg. So bringing the left leg to the outside of the right knee Again, leaving the right leg straight or bringing it around. Place the crook of the right elbow over the knee, the left knee. Then with the left arm, bringing it out, back and behind the body, gazing over the left shoulder. Feeling that twist in the spine. And coming back. Now complete another round on each side of the body. And we focus on twisting the spine because the spine is seen as one of the core nadis that delivers energy throughout the body. After your final round, again, taking your own time, come back to the base position with the eyes closed. And just observe the effects of the practice in the body. Observe what's happening in your spine as a result of the practice. We'll now complete a forward bend. And we've done this one in previous classes. So this will be, so I'll demonstrate first, but the most important thing is that the spine is straight and you're just working within your range of movement. So you don't need to push or strain or try and compete or anything like that. All you're doing is working through. So what you're going to do is put the arms above the head, stretching up through the spine, inhaling as you do this. And then when you exhale, you will bring the hands to wherever on the legs that is right for you, where you can get to right now. So it could be the toes, it might be the ankles, it could even be further up the leg. That's perfectly fine. Just work within your range of movement. So you exhale, keeping the back straight, and keeping the head up as well, and holding the position. Breathing in the position too. And again, when you exhale, you'll be able to move a little bit further in. And then after your own duration, what works for you, gently slide the hands back up the legs and come up to a sitting position. Complete another 2 rounds, aiming to hold the final round just a little bit longer than the others. And then when you've completed your final round, come back again to the base position, closing the eyes and observing the movement of energy throughout the body from the practices so far. Next, we'll lie down on our back for a few moments. So firstly, lying down in Shavasana. So making sure that, again, the spine is straight, as balance between left and right. The legs are a little bit away from the body and are relaxed, and the palms are facing the sky. The legs are about hip width apart. And from now, we'll actually do another spinal twist just to keep clearing the nadis of our spine. Our spine is the main nadi. So bringing the feet in front of the buttocks, placing the hands behind the head as long as the elbows reach the floor. If they don't, you can just put the arms out at shoulder height. Now, keeping both feet in contact with the floor, inhale first, and then when you exhale, bring the knees over to the right, turn the head to the left, allowing the body to ease into the position. Then inhale, knees and head to center. Exhale, knees to left, head to the right. Keeping the feet in contact, both feet in contact with the floor. Inhale back to center. Complete another 4 rounds. And then when you've completed your 5th round, lie in Shavasana. For our next practice, we'll be doing what is called, the non-Sanskrit name would be a bridge. And again, this also helps to clear the nadis. So lying down on your back, bring the feet to just in front of the buttocks, but not too far actually, just so not like right near the buttocks, but just a little bit away, because what you're going to be doing is using your feet, putting the pressure on your feet to lift your buttocks off the floor. So I will demonstrate first. So you can either put your hands underneath your buttocks, or like I guess to further the practice, what you can do if you have that flexibility is you can grab your ankles. So if that works for you, if you're that far advanced, please do that. But if not, just put the hand underneath the buttocks. And then we'll do it a few stages. So first, inhale and just gently lift the buttocks off the floor, just a little bit. Hold. And then gently bring the buttocks back to the floor. Now we'll do it a little bit further. So inhale, lift the buttocks a little bit higher than you did before. Holding, really feeling it in the heels. And then exhale, bringing the buttocks back to the floor. And then now we're going to do it in the full range of movement, whatever that is for you. So inhale and completely lift the buttocks up, push it through the heels. And it's okay to breathe in the practice. And then when it's right for you, gently release the buttocks to the floor. Complete another 2 rounds of this practice, holding the final round for longer than the others. And after your final round, lie back in Shavasana. Again, just observing the effects of the practices. And now we're going to come up to standing and do some of our final asanas from a standing position. So very gently and mindfully come up to standing. Rolling the body up. And first of all, again, just making sure there's balance between the right and the left side. The legs are about hip width apart, feeling stable, steady, and comfortable. Allow the arms to hang loosely from the sides. And the eyes and the nose are gently close your eyes and your mouth. Now we're going to do downward dog. So this is another variation of a forward bend. We often do this one in practices like Surya Namaskar. So a way to get into it, I'll demonstrate first, is to, an easy way to get through is to bring the hands down gently to the feet and then walk your hands forward so that the weight is on your hands, legs are hip width apart, and the heels are on the floor. The head is between the arms, so not forward, not up. The head is between the arms. And then hold for a while and then come back. You can breathe in the position and then come back to standing. So we'll do 3 rounds of this. You can hold the practice a little bit longer than the others. The blood may feel like it's rushing to your head. So if you have low blood pressure or if this isn't working for you, please do something else. So you could even just stand in a standing Shavasana. Feel the release of muscles up the back of the legs. Feel the weight on your hands and arms. Feel the blood flowing throughout the body. And if you need to rest in between the rounds, please do. And if 3 rounds is too many, that's absolutely fine too. So important to listen to your body and work within your range of movement and whatever is working for you today. On your final round, we'll do head to foot pose. So allowing the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half of the body, allowing the arms to flop on the floor. Another way you could actually cup the opposite elbow with the opposite hand and just allow the body to hang. This is another forward bend. And then when it's right for you, gently roll up to a standing position. Again, standing Shavasana, legs hip width apart, shoulders back and down, arms hanging loose, head and neck are aligned, spine is straight, eyes and mouth are gently closed. And again, observing the effects of the practices so far. Our final asana to help with our nadis is Kati Chakrasana, which is another spinal twist. So for this one, bring the left hand to the right shoulder and then wrap the right arm behind the waist and gaze over the right shoulder, feeling that twist in the neck and the spine. And then bringing the arms out to the side, placing the right arm on the left shoulder and the left arm behind the waist, gazing over the left. Now complete 10 rounds of this. You can either go really slowly or you can speed it up and do it more dynamically. Again, whatever works for you, and it's up to 10 rounds. So again, if 10 rounds is too many, please just do what works for you. And when you reach your 10th round, come back to standing Shavasana. Again, just allowing the body to settle from all of the movement, allowing the breath to regulate. And again, this is all in your own time. There's no rush. Taking your own time. All about balance. And then when you're ready, come to a comfortable sitting position. For our pranayama practice. So making sure that the spine is straight. I know this is the current theme, but as it is one of the most important nadis, it's really important that we have a straight spine. And closing the eyes, observing the natural breath at the nostrils, just observing how the body inhales and where in the body it affects the abdomen and the chest on inhalation, and then the release of these areas on the exhalation. Now, other nadis in the body are also known as Ida and Pingala. And now these are the nostrils. And so what the practice we're going to do is Nadi Shodhana, and we often do this one, and it's even got Nadi in the name because it helps to balance the nadis in the nostrils. And so they say if you have balance here, it actually helps with the oxygen that comes up into your brain, which regulates the entire body. And so for Nadi Shodhana, what we do is we bring with the right hand, place the 2 fingers at the eyebrow center, place the right thumb over the right nostril, and then with our ring finger in a moment, we will use that to cover the left, but always keep one open, of course. So covering the right nostril, inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow center, and it shouldn't be a shallow breath. So you're breathing into the abdomen and the chest. So deep breath in, expanding, and cover the left nostril, open the right, exhale from the right. And now these breaths are steady, smooth breaths. So you're not sort of gasping or anything like that. So gently inhale through the right nostril to the eyebrow center, cover the right, open the left, exhale from the left. So it's in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left. And you can even add a visualization to this practice so that when you're inhaling to the eyebrow center, you're inhaling white energetic light right up through the nadis to the eyebrow center. And then on the exhalation, you're releasing any fatigue or anything that doesn't serve you. So we're going to do this practice for about another minute. If your elbow gets tired, you can always support it with the opposite hand. And now when you next exhale from the left nostril, release the hand, keeping the eyes closed, then just inhale through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. Visualizing the inhalation of white light to the eyebrow center. And now returning to the natural breath, it's time to prepare for the practice of yoga nidra. So moving very gently and mindfully down into shavasana and ensuring that you have everything you need for the practice. The body temperature will drop as part of the relaxation. And so make sure that you have a blanket or some coverings. You may need a pillow for your head or a cushion for under the knees to support the back. So just making sure that you have everything that you need. So lying down on your back with the legs about hip width away from the body, and the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. The spine is straight. Check there's balance between the left and the right. And you may like to tuck your chin in just a little, just to check that the head and neck are aligned. And the eyes are closed. Take a long, deep inhalation, and then when you exhale, allow the body to release into the floor. Take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time when you exhale, check that you have released any expression on the face, that you're not clenching your jaw, that you aren't tightening the muscles behind the eyes, that all tension is released from the face. And now, with the natural breath, begin to observe the body's contact with the floor. First, observe the heels and the back of the legs against the floor. Feel the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the back and the shoulders against the floor. And observe the back of the head and the back of the neck against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact make one point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware now of sound and listen first for sounds way off in the distance. Don't try and identify them or name them. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next one as you hear it. Now move the awareness a bit closer to sounds just outside the room where you're in. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And now move the awareness to sounds inside the room where you are. Just moving the awareness from one sound to the next. And moving the sound awareness even closer now to sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the sound awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now moving to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, the left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Now we'll move to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And moving now around to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, the mouth, the jaw, the lips, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Now release the body rotation and bring the awareness now back to the natural breath. Observe how subtle the natural breath has now become, and observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. We're now going to add a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. On the inhalation, visualize white light moving up the spine, from the base of the spine to the top of the head. And then on the exhalation, visualize white light moving from the top of the head down the spine to the base of the spine. So you're moving white light up the spine on the inhalation and then down the spine on the exhalation, just moving it along with a natural breath. And if the mind wanders, use the breath like an anchor to bring it back. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day, and the wind is icy and chills you to the bone. Your nose and the cheeks on your face feel numb and cold. The hands and the feet feel also numb and freezing. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. Release this feeling of coldness now and replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's in a sauna and the heat's just being turned up. Heat radiates from the abdomen throughout the body. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's in a sauna and the heat has been turned up. Release this feeling of heat now. And instead replace it with a feeling of heaviness. The body feels heavier and heavier and it's pressing against the floor. It feels so heavy, it feels like it may even fall through the floor. It feels like it's made out of concrete or lead and it's pressing against the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. Release this feeling of heaviness, replacing it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body feels lighter and lighter. It feels like it's not even touching the floor, like it's hovering above the floor. It feels so light. It feels so light, it feels like it may even drift away, like a cloud at any moment. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. Release this feeling of lightness. Release all of these sensations. Allow the body to come back to its normal state. And instead, come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes, also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize or create the following objects and images. Within the body, you can see white light branching out into two different streams at your heart center. The right stream representing the Pingala Nadi shimmers with a golden light, symbolizing warmth and activity. The left stream represents the Ida Nadi, and it glows with a cool, moonlit white light, symbolizing calmness and intuition. Visualize these streams of light flowing out through your fingers and your toes, and feel as they are streaming out through these parts of the body that they are balancing the energies within you. Feel the golden light energizing the right side of your body and the moonlit white light calming the left side of your body. Maintaining this visualization will allow the white light to cleanse and energize and balance your whole being. And now release the white light. It comes back into your heart space. And now return to your Sankalpa, or positive intention from the beginning of the practice. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And begin now to feel the breath again in the body. Allow the breath to deepen a little, and observe when you do this just how it creates movement in the body. Observe how it moves the back against the floor. Check in with your body now and observe how it's feeling right at this very moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. So begin to remember the details of the room that you're in. Remember the color of your mat, color of your clothing or coverings, color of the walls and the floor. Begin to hear the sound of the world around you and remember the details of that world. Remember the time of day. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, very gently, allowing the body to externalize. And move and stretch very gently and mindfully in a way that's right for you. You may like to gently move your head from side to side, or even roll onto your right side. Again, gently allowing the body to externalize, all in your own time. There is no rush. When it's right for your body, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, very gently come up into a sitting position. The aim is to maintain the peaceful state you've created. Come into a comfortable sitting position. And as we did at the beginning, we'll gently move the awareness up through the body, beginning with the soles of the feet. And as you do this, compare how you feel now to the beginning of the class. So moving the awareness up through the feet into the ankles, and then up through the shins and the calves, observing how you feel at the knees, up through the thighs and the buttocks, into the hands as they rest on the knees, and up through the arms to the elbows and the upper arms, up to the shoulders, also up through the torso from the abdomen, gently moving the awareness up to the chest, and then around to the back from the base of the spine, right up into the neck, the back of the head, and the crown of the head, and also around to the face, observing how relaxed you feel in the face before then moving the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the class. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.